Hello everyone and welcome to the launch of the Guinness Six Nations 2026. We're live from Edinburgh in Scotland, the birthplace of international rugby, but also the stage for the annual showpiece event to kickstart the sport's greatest tournament. Here at the Hub, in the beating heart of Edinburgh, we're not celebrating only sport, but also art and culture that makes this city so special. In just a few moments, I will be talking with the coaches and captains of each Six Nation teams, as well as special guests bringing an extra touch of Scotland to proceedings. So, let's begin. It's time for kickoff.
There's the overlap, and Savage is going to score. I don't think Jarrett can catch him. A great try for Savage.
Scott Gibbs is through. Scott Gibbs has scored. What an amazing try.
Oh, what a climax to this game. What a climax to the Six Nations.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the Edinburgh District Pipe Band. That was absolutely amazing. I loved it. Well, now it's time to meet the coaches and captains of each Six Nations for quick fire questions before we actually sit down for a little more in-depth conversation. Let's kick things off with our host, Scotland. Hi there. Welcome to this beautiful stage. Thank you again for having us. I'm going to start with you, Coach Gregor. We are launching this year's championship here in Edinburgh. What would it mean to the team to actually claim the title this year?
Yeah, it would mean a huge amount. It's great to host the launch of the tournament. Great to have people in our country and our capital city. And yeah, look, we're very excited now. We're in camp and we can't wait to get stuck into our training sessions.
Thank you very much. Sione, what is it about the Six Nations that holds such a special place in the heart and minds of the players?
Yeah, geez, it's an amazing tournament, and I think the pinnacle of Test rugby, to be fair, outside of the World Cup, and so much history in the Six Nations and so much rivalry between teams. It's an amazing competition.
Well, we will see you a bit later, Sione. Thank you very much for being with us. Please, round of applause for Scotland. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Sione. Next up, everyone, is England. And the coach, Steve Borthwick. Hello and welcome to both of you. I'll start with you, Steve. A clean sweep in Arton, but the Six Nations is clearly an entirely different challenge, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is, and what an exciting tournament ahead. 6 really good teams packed full of superstar players. We can't wait to get going, and every sport I chat to, they can't wait for the tournament to get started.
And we all can't wait. Thank you very much. Jamie, you kick off your campaign against Wales. Would it be fair to say that there is no shortage of motivation within the squad? Meaning the rivalry between the two teams.
Yeah, obviously there's a huge amount of rivalry between the two teams. I think whoever you kick the tournament off with, it's always going to be a big game. But for us being at Allianz Stadium at the start of this amazing tournament is a real motivation for us in itself.
Thank you very much for being with us. We'll see you a bit later, Jamie. Thank you, Coach. Our next nation represented here today is Italy. Amaro and Coach Gonzalo Quesada. Welcome, Italian team on our stage. I'll start with you, Coach. Hi there. We see a huge interest in Italian rugby when we see the record numbers of tickets for your home games. On the pitch, you have some of the most incredible, exciting young players in Europe. What can we expect for your team this year?
Yes, we are super happy and proud of the performances of the players, because I think that's one of the main reasons why we have a couple of sold outs in Italy that is not that common. And what can we expect? As always, I think a lot of passion from the team, super proud of being part of this competition and making sure we do our best to compete in every game against every team. Not like last year that we compete in some games and some we were a bit behind, so really motivated for that.
I guess you are. Thank you very much, Coach. Michele, you are going to be back here in Edinburgh for your first game against Scotland. What is the focus going to be for this first game?
Well, obviously Scotland is a tough one. Obviously we want to kick it off in a very in the best way, but at the same time we have to focus firstly on ourselves. We got a massive week now of preparation, and that's going to be the first goal, and then prepare for a very tough game, especially physically, but then obviously strategically as well. Being prepared and being focused on our job will be key.
Well, good luck for the tough week to come. Thank you very much. I'll see you a bit later on stage. Thank you very much, Coach Gonzalo. Now, next to come, let's hear it for Ireland.
Got my heart no barging in, from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in and break you out. In the end, we gon' make the child. Then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2, we don't need no pause. Here with Misty, we gon' get tipsy, don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. Ain't no cap, I'm real. The plastic bars tryna copy my steel. Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. Ain't no cap, I'm real. The plastic bars tryna copy my steel.
Got my heart no in the bed. Break you in then.
Let's welcome Captain Caelan Doris and Coach for Ireland, Andy Farrell. Hi there. Welcome to the stage. Really happy to see you. So I'll start with you, Andy. Welcome back to Six Nations after the success this summer with the Lions. Are you aiming to add another title to the collection this time around?
Let's hope so. I suppose that's everyone's dream, isn't it? At the start of a competition, to do as well as you possibly can. And we're no different, that's for sure.
Well, thank you very much, Caelan. You and France have given us incredible battles out, throughout the years. What can we expect? Can we expect a classic during the championship?
Yeah, what a way to start it off. Definitely sharpens the mind knowing we're going over there next Thursday, Stade de France, 9 p.m. kickoff. So
11 days to go.
Yeah, exactly. So preparing properly is of utmost importance. We know what sort of a challenge we're going to face with those guys. So massively exciting.
Well, we are all very excited. Thank you again for being with us this morning. I'll see you a little later. Thank you very much. Make some noise for Ireland. It's now time to hear from the Welsh. And the coach for Wales, Steve Tandy. Hi there, please come.
Yeah, join me in the center. So happy to see you all. Let's start with you, Coach. This will be your first Six Nations as Wales head coach, but you have plenty of experience with the tournament. Why do you think this edition holds such a special place and significance in for the fans?
Pardon? Say it again.
Why do you think this edition has a special place and significance for the fans?
Oh, look, the history behind it, and obviously the Six Nations is unbelievable. Being here in the castle as well adds to the start of the tournament and builds all the hype.
Okay, thank you very much, Dewey. You've had some memorable wins against England. Is that the game that every Welsh player definitely dreams to win?
Yeah, I think, first up is an incredible challenge to go up to Twickenham or the Aviva now and play against the old enemy up there. I think you can start your tournament off on a really big high and carry it on from there.
Well, good luck on you for the tournament. Thank you very much. I'll see you a bit later on. Thank you very much. And last but not least, let's hear from our reigning champions, France. Let's welcome to the stage Captain Antoine Dupont and Coach for France, Fabien Galtier. Bienvenue à tous les deux. Je suis ravie de vous voir sur cette scène. Let's start with you, Coach Fabien. So you're the reigning champion. You've got 3 games at home, world-class squad. I want to know, how are you going to set the mindset to make history again? 3 matchs à la maison, une équipe extrêmement talentueuse. Comment est-ce que vous allez insuffler l'état d'esprit pour marquer encore l'histoire?
Déjà, ne serait-ce que venir ici et croiser les coachs et les captains, on prend conscience qu'on joue la plus belle épreuve du rugby européen au monde, quoi. Donc on est tellement heureux de participer à cette compétition. Et ensuite, c'est une compétition qui est un peu spéciale parce que ça va à la fois très vite et c'est en même temps très long. Donc voilà, il va falloir se hâter lentement.
Ok, parfait, merci beaucoup. So he was saying that, first of all, kicking off with an event like this here in Edinburgh with all the best coaches and players in the world, this is obviously first, a great moment to put the mindset very high, but also it's a very special competition because it's quick and long at the same time. So this is what he's going to tell his players, is to kind of step by step. I guess if that's a good translation. Antoine, bienvenue de nouveau aux Six Nations. I'll do it in English first. A France team with Antoine Dupont on the call sheet definitely puts an extra tension and excitement for the fans. How are you going to prepare this, and does that put any extra pressure? Est-ce que ça vous met une pression supplémentaire lorsqu'on voit l'équipe de France avec Antoine Dupont en fait sur la feuille de match? Est-ce que les fans ont un peu plus d'attente et de motivation pour les résultats de la France, et comment est-ce que vous préparez cette édition?
I think I used to have this kind of position now, so it's not my main focus. My focus is to be the best for my team and to be the best prepared for the first game, because as Kylan said, it's just 10 days, first game on Thursday night, so it will be very special and we have to be ready for this first game.
Thursday night, 11 days to go, Stade de France, everyone. We're very excited. Thank you very much for being with us. Stay with me. Antoine, I'm going to ask you for a special moment for our guests here in Edinburgh, but also everyone following us around the world. You can actually take the trophy one last time. We want to actually highlight the achievements of last year's championship. One last moment with you both, with the trophy, with the photo, if that's okay. Antoine, you can give the mic to Dom here at the bottom of the stage. Restez avec moi, Fabien, on va faire une dernière photo pour immortaliser ce trophée qui est encore le vôtre, encore pendant quelques jours. It's now time, everyone, to take your phones out. This is a memorable moment, historic moment for France, still reigning champion for another 10 days to go. And round of applause, please, for the reigning champion. Merci beaucoup. Vous pouvez la reposer. Thank you very much. In a few seconds, we will move on to our captains panel on stage. Before we do that, I know that some of you, including the coaches, have other commitments you have to go to. So if you need to go, this is the moment. Thank you again for being with us and for your attention. Ladies and gentlemen, again, Antoine and Fabien. We're going to take a little short break just to reset the stage for our captains panel. Please bear with us a few seconds. Thank you. Everyone, please join me in welcoming on stage the captains and the vice-captains of the Six Nations teams, Antoine, Kaylin, Sione, Jamie, Michele, and Dewey. Round of applause. Welcome to all the fans and members of the media tuning in from around the world. This section of the day is a chance to hear from the main stars sitting just next to me, comfortably, as I can see. The captains and players leading their country and team into the 143rd edition of the championship. I want to kick things off with Jamie George, vice-captain for England. It is worth saying that Maro Itoje could not be with us for personal reasons, but that also does mean that we get a record-breaking club and country captain and now vice-captain of his country. Jamie, you announced that you were retiring at the end of 2027. Does that add an extra significance to every opportunity to represent your country?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, probably all the guys here, you never take it for granted, whether it's your first game or your last, you never know. So, it's nice for me to be able to get that out there and sort of say what my intentions are. But, the big part of that decision was, wanting to still be a big part of this England team because, it's a really exciting time to be a part of it. Other than me, it's a young squad and, a lot of the guys are, exciting players who, are starting to get some form together in club rugby. So, we're really excited to start the tournament.
Your first game is at home to Wales. Is it fair to say that you can never underestimate any opposition in the Six Nations?
Absolutely, and I think probably history's shown that, especially over the last couple of years, the games have been really, really tight, and obviously Wales coming in with a new coach, I think that's a fresh situation, and it's going to be a real challenge for us. And England-Wales at Allianz is always a big game.
This year is something of a landmark year for rugby. As an international rugby player, it must be very exciting to see calendar fixtures against the best teams in the world and players in the world.
Yeah, it is, and I think that change up of the schedule is probably something that the game's been calling out for a while, and it's just an opportunity for the best to play the best, and you want to measure yourselves against the best players and the best teams in the world, and the global calendar now looks like that, but that's probably why the Six Nations has been as big a tournament as it has for such a long period of time, because it's the best against the best.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Talking about the best players in the world, I obviously turn to you, Antoine. You're back from an injury a few days ago. Everyone is very, very excited to see you back with the France jersey. You have some incredible moments at Stade de France. I was actually there, I was very lucky. How much are you looking forward to this edition?
Yeah, obviously I'm very excited to play this first game at home. It's a bit special for me. I didn't wear the French jersey for almost 1 year. So yeah, very excited. As we said, it's a magical tournament, and there is still the same feeling each time we play this kind of games.
There are new faces and changing within the squad. Also, given your captaincy and role of number 9, does that bring extra responsibilities towards the players on the pitch and outside the pitch?
Yes, but I think as a scrum half, I already have had this kind of role in the team. I had to be a leader, and I think I'm well surrounded in the team by other experienced players who help me a lot. So it's just an honor.
We were used to see a telepathic relation you had with Gregory Aldrit. How are you going to prepare the matches?
Sorry?
You had a telepathic relationship with Gregory Aldrit. Are you going to prepare the matches differently now?
Well, I think I have a lot of... I'm very close to other players on the field, and we know each other very well for 5, 6 or 7 years. So I think we'll have to try this connection for the first game because it will come very soon. Very soon.
Thank you very much, Antoine. All the best for this edition. The first team to face Antoine and his teammates will be Ireland, of course. Kaylin, it's never an easy trip to go to Paris, also for a first game. I mean, Ireland versus France fixture for the Six Nations is clearly a national occasion for both teams. How important is it to set the tone for this championship, for this first game?
Yeah, it's big. Momentum's big in this competition. The way you start sets you up well or not so well, depending how it goes. So it's going to be a big focus on a proper performance to start us off. We're off to Portugal later on today. We've a nice training camp there, and then transfer across to Paris early next week. So yeah, it's a short turnaround, not a whole lot of time, but it sharpens the mind definitely, and it's one to get excited about.
Out of interest, how much attention is given to Antoine's training sessions, analysis? Is there a special focus given to players that have to be contained?
Yeah, I mean, with any team, there's a certain amount of individuals that you hone in on, and you're aware of their strengths and weaknesses and what makes them tick. Obviously, when it comes to France, you look at guys like him, and kind of look for tendencies and ways you can try and negate their threats as best possible, which can be challenging. But yeah, it's always getting the balance right between focus on yourselves and awareness of what the opposition will bring.
Similar to France, new faces, changes within the team. For Fan, it adds actually even more interest. How is it for you to represent your country in this championship?
It's always a privilege. As Jamie was saying, you can never take it for granted, especially being in the roles that we are in as leaders. It's such a special tournament. It's towards the pinnacle of the game, and yeah, it's always an exciting time of year.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. When we talk about passion, we think, of course, of the Italian anthem once we hear it in the stadium. So I'm turning to you, Michele. This time last year, you were in Rome to host, of course, at the beginning of this championship. Rugby in Italy is becoming stronger and stronger. I mean, everybody's waiting for that. How has the Six Nations contributed to the sports growth in general?
Well, a lot. I think it's for sure the main event that has been followed for the last 20-25 years in rugby. I mean, And so that's obviously something that has put like the players in front of a lot of kids. Myself as well, like I grew up with a couple of idols there, so no, it contributed a lot. And now we can feel that sort of responsibility we got towards the kids as well. And that was one of our biggest aim, especially you mentioned like the stadium in Rome. You know, to have a couple of sold outs it's pretty much amazing. You know, having a lot of crowd coming in there and cheering for us.
You host Scotland for your first game, and their tickets are, I think, almost sold out. How are you preparing for this first game? And does that add maybe extra pressure?
Well, yeah, obviously. Whenever you face a bigger challenge, your pressure will always increase in that sense. Obviously, we know Scotland, like it's an unbelievable team. Like they brought some real consistency week in and week out throughout the last couple of years, especially. And you know they grew up to the point where you know like they will bring the game they want to do. So we know from our side we can put them under pressure in some areas, and those we have to explore at the very best. At the same time, you know, we have to, as Kaelan was saying, like focus on yourself and trying to be the best part and the best thing you can actually be in that day. Yeah, having a little bit of consciousness of what the other team is and the other team will be.
Six Nations is clearly a guarantee of competitive matches. This can only fuel the rise of Italian rugby, right?
Yeah, 100%. I think that has been like a little bit like what we missed a couple of times in the last couple of years. Obviously, consistency of performances is something we were really looking forward to. Like we've seen when we are at our best, we can actually like compete against anyone. But at the same time, you know, to be able to be at our best every single time, you have to go a step further in that way. So yeah, that's one of our main objectives, especially for this Six Nation campaign, but even like for our bigger picture for our team. Generally, obviously, very young team, so a lot to grow and to improve on. But at the same time, you know, we want to get to that consistency part where we can really step onto the pitch and know that we are gonna face a big challenge with our like strength every single time.
Thank you very much, Michele. Have a great championship. Italy celebrated 25 years within the Six Nations, but one of its founders was Wales, and Wales actually opens their campaign behind enemy lines. So Dewey, new coaching setup, new faces in the Wales squad, new tournament to tackle. What is the mindset and objective for the first match?
Yeah, I think like everybody on this stage so far has alluded to winning. You know, that's ultimately what we go on the pitch to do. I think, you know, new coaching staff and new squad coming together has been, you know, a nice fresh start for us. Steve's brought a lot of values in that he's kind of instilled into the group already. And yeah, I think, you know, that first game up against England is going to be massive for us to go and test ourselves against the best. And like Kaelan said, that momentum in this tournament is huge. So yeah, anything we can get from there, then you just carry on into the next.
That game to come against England, does that fire the team up?
Yeah, massively. I think you know, that game's not necessarily one you need to talk too much around. I think the talking's done for you from a playing point of view. You know, the build up in the week is always massive. The hostility you face when you turn up to the ground kind of gets you in the mood to go anyway. So I think, yeah, the mindset stuff doesn't really need to be touched on because it's kind of done for you in that week.
Thank you. There's a lot of news surrounding the Wales squad at the moment, but is it a case of the rugby taking focus now?
Yeah, 100%. I think like there's a lot going on in Welsh rugby at the minute, but I think that's something that can really take your mind off things if you can just focus on the job at hand and focus on the rugby. And I think you know, for us to put our best foot forward and to play our best rugby, that's what we have to do in this campaign. And yeah, I think it'll be, as we said, a breath of fresh air with new coaching staff, new ideas coming in, and hopefully we can hit the ground running.
Thank you very much. Good luck for the weeks to come. Finally, to our host, Scotland, and the captain who added a Lions store to his CV last summer. Scotland were there at the very start of international rugby. We all know that. Does that history fuel the passion when players put the jersey on?
Yeah, definitely. I think the history of all these jerseys, but I think most importantly, the history in this competition as well. Like I said before, it's the pinnacle of Test rugby outside of the World Cup, and it's a competition that carries so many rivalries, and I suppose that's what makes it so exciting.
You have England and Scotland at home. Murrayfield is one of the sport's greatest stadiums, and these are two of the biggest rivals. Is it too early to think about those fixtures?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. You know, our first game against Italy, which has been a problematic game for us, to be fair, over the last couple of years, and especially over there in Rome. And I think the progression that Italian team has made, I don't think we can think about England yet at all. And I think especially with the new format, with the 3 games on the bounce, I think the more we can take it one game at a time and, you know, earn another week together and get the ball rolling, like we say, momentum's such an important part of this competition, and I think it'd be foolish of me to start thinking about England before taking on Rome and Italy.
And that's going to resonate with my last question. You are likely to get this question quite a lot. Is this year Scotland's year, and will the trophy be coming back to Edinburgh?
Geez, I think I wouldn't be a captain if I stood up here and said no, you know, and I think that's all of our objective as captains is to touch that trophy. And you know, for me as a Scottish player and the Scotland captain, it's something that we haven't achieved yet, but you know, that is the goal heading into every tournament, is to touch the trophy, and I'd like to think that is our ambition. But like I said before, our main focus is heading to Rome and getting the ball rolling in this competition.
Thank you very much. This is an end to our Q&A. Thank you very much. I think we can all applaud our 6 big stars this morning. Thank you very much. If you would like to exit this way and go back to the room, because I think there's a lot of people who have lots of questions for you. The media are waiting for you. Thank you very much. Let's applaud one last time our 6 big stars, everyone. Well, this is the end of our live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in from around the world. This is it for us. Thank you very much, and have a nice end to your day.